Okay, so we're starting with the exam review. Question 1, chapter 1. We did linear system. What is a linear system? What is okay, first up, what's a linear equation? Straight line, right. What form? Y equals mx plus b. Okay, something like that. So linear system means two lines, two equations. All right. So when you build your two equations, remember the first one? So the first equation that you want to build deals with the value, and the second equation deals with the number of. Okay, so for the first equation, if each car is $3, so you have 3C, and then each bus is $10, so you have the 10B, and then in total, it deals with the value. So is the value 102 or 418? 418, $418. Okay. Second one deals with the number of. So the number of car and bus altogether is 102. So C plus B equals 102. Okay, so there's your two equations. Gavin, let's put away. Otherwise, I can keep it for you. I'll keep it so. Okay. So you can use substitution or elimination. For the sake of the review, I'll do substitution for this one and then elimination for the next question. So I'm going to isolate one of the variables. Doesn't matter which one I isolate. So let's say I do this. I isolate C. Actually, you know what? Better yet, let me isolate B, because the question was asking how many. No, yes. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So I isolated C. So now I can substitute. That's why the method of substitution. Substitute. You're substituting C equals 102 minus B into your first equation. So 3. Now instead of C, I'm gonna replace it with this in bracket. Right here, C, 3C, and then plus 10B equals 418. Okay. Leandra, we're reviewing right now. Let's make sure we're paying attention. Distribute. So 3 times 102, 306. So 306 minus 3B plus 10B equals 418. Collect the like terms, and then move the 306 over. 112. So when I divide it, 112 divided by 7. Let's say I get a decimal number. How do I know that it's wrong if I get a decimal?
It's not in the penny.
Huh?
It's not in the penny.
We're not talking about angles, but yeah. You can't have half a bus, right? So when you divide it, you better get a whole number. So this means 16 buses. Okay.
And if you get a decimal, that means you did.
Yes, if you get a decimal, check your work. It means that you did something wrong. Okay. The question only asks for number of bus, so that's it. That's my answer. Otherwise, I would have to sub it in here to find out how many cars.
Or in the original.
Yeah. Okay, number 2. Okay, grade 10 class is raising money for a school building project. So I want to write my two equations. Okay, this is my first sentence. This is my second sentence. Okay, and I have to write my two equations. So the first one is just 35 desk, so 35D plus 3 chalkboard equals 2082. Second equation, 40 desks, 2 chalkboards, and 22 2,238. Okay, I'm going to use the method of elimination now. So to do elimination, I need to match the coefficient. Alright, so looking at this, it's probably easiest to match the coefficient for 3 and 2, which is 6. So that means I have to multiply this whole first equation by how much? 2. And multiply this whole second equation by 3. That's it. Okay, let's see what happens. 35 times 2, you get 70, so 70D plus 6C equals 2082 times 2, 4164. Same thing, 40D times 3, 120D, 6C, okay, 2238 times 3, I get 6714. Okay, what do you notice right here? I have the same variable and same coefficient, right, Tene? Okay, so now I can add or subtract them. So should I add or subtract these two equations? Subtract.
We're going to get rid of the coefficient.
Right, because 6C minus 6C gets rid of it. Okay, so 70 minus 120, I get negative 50D. And then this 4164 minus 6714, negative 2550. Okay, divided by negative 50. Okay, I get 51. Let's say I made a mistake and I got negative 51. Why does that not make sense again? Ethan? Right, you can't have a negative number of deaths. Okay, so always make sure you know what you're solving for. This is 51. 51 what? 51 deaths. Okay. Determine. So, did I finish this question though?
No.
No. Okay, so what's my next step? Yeah.
You have to plug the 51 into the original equation to find the number of chocolates.
Okay, yep, I could do that first. So if I plug this into 1, if I substitute b equals 51 into the first equation, okay, 35 times 51 plus 3c equals 2082. Okay, solve it. 35 times 51, 1785 plus 3c. Okay, subtract it from the 2082. I get 297. So when I divide it, I get 99 chalkboards.
And then you need a therefore statement.
Okay, but I still, so I don't need a therefore statement. That's still not answering the question, Ethan. Right, it's asking for the cost. Okay, so what did you do? Oh, yeah. Oh, right. So I made a mistake. Yeah, so, yes. So my units are wrong. What should the units be here? Dollars, right? So this, this is actually $51 per desk. And this is $99 per chalkboard. Okay. Because we know how many desks and how many chalkboard. Alright, so be careful with the unit. You will lose marks if you write the wrong unit. Okay. So that was chapter 1. Are you gonna get questions from chapter 1 on the exam?
Yeah.
Definitely. 100%. So do you need to know both methods, substitution and elimination? Yes. Okay, so not just one. We're getting to it. Oh, graphing. Yeah. You also remember there's three methods: graphing, elimination, substitution. Unit 2, we did the distance formula, circle formula, midpoint formula. Do you need to memorize these three formulas? Yes, you do. Okay, so there you go. Okay, it's written out for you. Also remember the characteristics of the shapes. That was chapter 3. It was like these. For example, if it's a square, there's 4 sides. They have a perpendicular corner, which means negative reciprocal slopes, and then equal sides, which means you are talking about the distance of each side. Okay. So you do need to know this to be able to distinguish what type of shape we're talking about. Okay. Okay, and then don't forget median, altitude, and perpendicular bisector. Yes, you do need to know those two. Let's draw a quick little picture of each. Okay, so wait, let me draw a better triangle. It'll be a little easier to see. Well, it's so humid that my paper is is breaking. Okay, so let's say this right here, A, B, C. Median from B. Median from B. Yep. Good. So median from B means from B to the midpoint. Okay. Altitude. Okay, so same triangle, A, B, C. So this is median. Okay, and then altitude from B. Yep. From B straight down. And perpendicular to A. Right. Making a 90-degree angle. Is it in the middle? No. No. So let's say your middle is right here. Right?
And altitude is the height.
Yes, and altitude is the height. Good. And then last one. This one, perpendicular bisector of BC, AC. Perpendicular bisector of AC. Yeah. So it goes perpendicular and goes through the midpoint of AC. Good. Good. Like that. Okay, and that is perpendicular bisector. Okay. Why this is important is because if the question asks you find the equation of the altitude, you need to know what you're looking for. Find the equation of the median, you need to know what you're looking for. Okay, so let's apply it. Oh, actually no, not yet. Classify the shape. -5, 2. Okay, -1 and 3. -2 and -1, and then -6, -2. Okay. Connect the 4 dots. Okay. What is this? Okay. Or. Okay. So how do I know if it's a parallelogram or a rhombus? But how do you know? It looks like right. So that's what I have to check. I have to check if is it a parallelogram parallelogram, or rhombus, rhombus. Okay, so this, all four sides equal. So which formula should I be doing then? Distance, good. Okay, so I have to find the distance formula. So distance, I'll just do one of the sides. So let's say JK. Wow. All right, distance formula is up here, right here. All right, so yes, you don't have to memorize it. Don't forget it. X2 minus X1, Y2 minus Y1 squared. Okay, so let's say I'm doing JK. So -1 minus -5. And then 3 minus the 2.
Doesn't matter what order.
Doesn't matter. Okay. This became plus because minus -5. Okay, so then you get 4 squared plus 1 squared. So then you get 16, 17. So square root 17. Okay. On the exam, oh no, go ahead.
Does that be the same pair for the first bracket? So order does matter?
So I think what Gavin was saying, does it matter if it's y2 minus y1? Yeah. So you can do y2 minus y1 plus x2 minus x1 squared. So that order doesn't matter. But when you do, like if you start off with this point, then make sure you start off with this point too.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. On the exam, you don't need to change this to a decimal. You can just leave it as square root 17. Okay. This is a radical form. Okay. How many times do I have to do this? 4 times. Yes. All right. So for the sake of the timing, I'm not going to do it 4 times, but you guys would have to do it 4 times on the test. All right. But other than that, what else do I have to check?
I check to make sure the angles are each other.
Okay. When you talk about angles, okay, ask the question.
Should we be in radical mode for? Or does it matter for?
No. Don't be in radical mode. Never radical mode. Radical is it's totally something else, and you use that in like grade 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure your calculator is in degree mode. Okay, Gavin. Right bisector between. Yes. So you could do. There's couple of things that you could do. This would be the shortest way. Is finding that if if the diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Okay. Or the other thing you could do is compare the slopes. Alright. But when I compare the slopes, I have to compare these two with these two. Right? But then after you compare, it could have also be a square, right? So how do you tell the difference between a square and a parallelogram? Is by the bisector.
So instead of finding all 4 sides, you can just find the.
Yeah. So I would suggest that. So midpoint of actually I don't no, I would do slope first. Okay, so slope of JL. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Slope of JL. So make sure you're using the right coordinates. So -1 minus 2 over -2 minus -5. And I get -3 over 3, which is -1. Okay, when I divide it out, I get -1. Now the other diagonal, so mk, the slope of mk, same formula. So -2 minus 3 over -6 minus -1. So I get -5 over +1, so -5. So I get 1. Okay. And what do you notice about these two? We don't say opposite.
They're the flip thing. I forgot the name. Negative reciprocal.
Right. Thank you. Do you need to know that word? Yes.
And if they want negative reciprocal, then it's not a
So that means this and this cross each other at a 90-degree angle. Okay? And this is actually enough to prove that this is a rhombus. So therefore, it's a rhombus.
We need to do all 8 steps.
You could do something else, like for example, if you do instead of this, you do the length of the diagonal, then you just have to do it twice. Yeah.
So we only need to find the sides are all the same length and the negative reciprocal.
Yeah, you don't even need to know the midpoint, that they have the same midpoint, because a square would have that same property. As long as that they are that, it will show that it's, and because all 4 sides are equal, so that forces your conclusion that it's a rhombus. Square, they don't have, there, it's not at 90. The diagonal is not 90 degree. Draw it. It's actually yeah, I don't think so. Say that again. For the equation for red bisectors, so you need to know these equations right here. But yeah, so then you need to know these. Like, well, you'll need to know how to find the equations. No, nothing is given. Yeah, you have to know all that. Okay. Number 2, what is the radius of a circle that goes through this and has a center at that? Okay, so what's the formula for circle? Yeah. Okay, so this is your x, this is your y, so substitute it in.
I mean, when they ask for the radius, do you want us to square the number we get, or is it just like?
Good question. We'll do that right now. 64 plus 36 equals r squared. So 100 equals r squared. Now, so what is the radius of the circle? So that's when you would square root it to figure that the radius is 10. Okay. But if it asks you for the equation of the circle, what would the equation of the circle be? X squared. Gavin? No. Oh. The equation of the circle, just the circle. Which is, but now you know what r is. What's the value of r? What did you just? Yeah, so 10 squared, 100. So this is the equation of the circle. So depending on what you're asked, if you're asked for the equation of the circle, is this. If you're asked for the radius, is that.
And what's the circle of not
On the exam, you will only be at 0. Max, Andrew, Leandro, do you guys need to step out? Then let's pay attention. It's your exam. I got my grade 10 credit. Number 3. Using triangle G, and H. Determine the equation of the altitude, perpendicular bisector, and median. Okay, so this is what we mean. You need to know all that. Okay, so let's plot it first. 4, 5, 4, 5. That's F. Negative 3 and 2. That's G. And then 5, negative 2. That's H. Okay, so let's draw that triangle. Okay, this question is gonna get messy because you're looking for all three. On the exam, I won't ask you guys to do all three for one question. This is for the review. For the sake of review, that's why we're doing all three. But to study for the exam, you need to know all three. I will probably just ask you one of the three. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Because one of these takes so long. Okay, determine the equation of the altitude from G. So altitude. Okay, altitude from G. Is this the altitude? Is this horizontal line the altitude? No. Why not? It's not. Right. Because, no, it's not the middle, but if you take a look at this line, this doesn't make a 90-degree angle. Right? It's a slanted line. So if I actually use a protractor, which I actually have, just to show you guys. And remember, it's a 90-degree with this. So this one right here. Okay, so that's the altitude that we're not. No, but I just want to draw it accurately so that you know what you're looking for. Okay. So I need to find the equation of this red line. Who can start it off for me? What should I find first? Jonathan?
First, find the midpoint.
Does it go through the middle? No, so I don't need to find the midpoint. Yeah. I need to find the slope of H and F, right? So for altitude, so first step, I want to find the slope of H and F. Okay, so H and F, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, so negative 2 minus 5 over 5 minus 4, so I get negative 7. Okay, once I have this slope, how is it going to help me with the red line? Yep. Actually answer this question. I know the slope of the blue line. How does it help me find the slope of the red line? Negative reciprocal. Right. Perfect. So, yes. Negative reciprocal of negative 7 would be positive 1 over 7. Okay. Now I have the slope, I have a point, I'm going to substitute it into y equals mx plus b. Okay, which point do I have to use when I substitute? I'm finding the equation of the red line. Ethan, point G, because that's the only point on the red line, so I have to use that point. So y is 2, m is 1/7, x is negative 3, b is b. Right? Can I change this into a decimal? 1/7? I don't like fractions. Can I change it to a decimal? Jaden, what do you think? Can I change this into a decimal on the exam? No, I have to keep it as a fraction. If you change it to a decimal, you're not getting the marks. you'll get something. Okay. Right. So when this becomes negative 3 over 7, so when you move it over, it becomes plus. So you could leave it as a improper fraction or a mixed number. Both are fine, just no decimal. So I could just simply say this is 2 and 3/7. Right. So 1 second. So therefore, the equation of my altitude would be y equals the red line. Jonathan?
Y equals 1 over 7x plus 2 whole 3 over 7.
Perfect. Okay. So those are the 3 steps. Gavin? Okay. Perpendicular bisector from side FG. Perpendicular bisector, which is this. Okay, midpoint of them, and then at a 90 degree. Okay, this right there. So similarly, I have to find the slope of FG and then do the negative slope. Okay. Okay, I'll do this quickly with the time that we have left. Perpendicular bisector. So first step, find the slope. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just set this up for you guys, and then I want you guys to try it. We'll take it up tomorrow. So slope of GF. Second step is find the perpendicular slope. And then third step is to find the midpoint of GF. And then fourth step is to sub it all into y equals mx plus b to find b. Okay, write this down. I want you guys to try this tonight. And then we're going to take it up. And then lastly is the median. Median from H. So median from H. So first step is I want to find the midpoint of GF. Second step is to find the slope of H and M. Third step is to put it into y equals mx plus b. This is all for b. Okay, so I want you guys to try finding the equations of the perpendicular bisector and the median. I gave you guys the steps to go through it. Tomorrow we will take it up. Your homework tonight. This, number 3, and how many of you have accommodating tomorrow? For what? Oh, okay, fine. So just 7. Then up to number 7 then. So questions? Oh, actually, it's not questions. Okay, so your homework tonight. So what's for homework again? It was not really up to 7. These 2 questions and these 2 questions on the back. These are not actually questions. These are steps teaching you how to do it. So it's just these 2 on the bottom.